Then how are you making a series out of it? And baby, I wish it had been truly lost. Hello my beautiful basilisks and mythology in mind, you can call me M&M, and today I will be reviewing Blood of Zeus, the Netflix series from 2020. Apparently Netflix thought that coronavirus and quarantine were enough to crush my mental stability, so they created this show. Thank you so much, it's so appreciated over here. And I would like to say I haven't watched it all yet, I will go episode by episode telling you about it, so I don't have any final conclusions yet. So here's what we will do. I will talk briefly about the scenes and I will mostly talk about the mythology and the Greek facts. Obviously about the wrong ones because I love to hate. I will put time slots in the description because sometimes I run too long about non-mythological parts that you may not care about. So in that way you can skip them. Let's get started, shall we? And obviously, spoiler alert. The episode starts with two humanoid creatures who look nothing like any Greek monster that I know about, fleeing from some Greek warriors on horses. I would like to point out that I'm not an expert in ancient Greek military, but I know a few things, so I will talk about them. If you know anything more, please tell me in the comments because I'm eager to know. I like the fact that they have spears, as this was the primary weapon of Greek soldiers. They usually were about 2.75 meters, which is like 9 feet, with a spike named Doru at the end, so they will be functional as weapons even if the point broke. But they are on horses, so their swords would have been curved, and they were named copies, not straight. You know, because there isn't anything straight in Greek culture. I'm sorry, I know you love my dad joke, so yeah, anyway. The straight swords were part of the infantry and they were called the siphos, and anyways both were usually shorter. Also, all of them should be carrying wood shields covered in copper or in animal skin. There was a saying in ancient Greek who was something like, you come home with your shield or over it, as dropping it was seen as a coward move. I'm going to go ahead and guess that this army is made of free men, so oblitas, no silos, because silos were slaves. That means that the armor they are wearing is not that far of a stretch. Armor consisted of a breastplate, a helmet and greaves. The breastplate usually had muscles carved on it, and it was custom made, so no matching uniforms. Soldiers had to provide their own armor and weapons, so they were usually passed from generation to generation, and they were decorated with the family symbols. They were usually made from bronze, but this series has an unhealthy obsession with gold, so golden armors I guess. Maybe they are bronze but they look like gold, I don't know. To finalize with the armor, let's just discuss the helmet situation. There are a lot of different Greek helmets, but the one this series resembles most are the Illyrian type helmet, but with a crest for plumes. I want to say that these plumes that I initially thought that were this woman's hair are not that accurate, as they were usually shorter because they were inconvenient in combat. And just one tiny detail before we proceed. Women were not allowed in the military, as they were not allowed almost anywhere because ancient Greek people were sexist. And also the infantry has been blessed by Hermes himself because they catch on with the horses pretty quickly. Okay, moving on. We see some dude breaking and collecting stones. Then he goes to the police and he's crossed by the best mythological and actual ancient Greek fact of this episode. Some guys are talking about how not mixing the wine with water is barbaric. Yes, ancient Greek people did think that, and they have a myth, the Titanomachy, justifying that. I will tell you about it someday. So this guy goes to the agora to sell his unnamed metal. The merchant guy gives him 2 drachmas and the other one acts like, oh no, 2 drachmas? That's so little. Well sir, I've been doing my research and that is what a prosecutor receives for a day of work, so it's not that bad. I've also researched the pricing of stuff in Athens, and a bushel of wheat, which was like 25 kilograms or 57 pounds, was 6 drachmas, and an amphora of full wine, 4 obolos. 1 drachma is 6 obolos. And Athens was richer than a small polis, so probably is cheaper in this village. He's not swimming in coin, but it's not that bad. We are shown that this guy is treated very badly by the people because he's an unwanted, and we meet his mother, who is sad about the fact that his son was paid a normal salary. Then they hear a tiny noise, like a branch breaking, and the boy picks up a torch to see what it is. And without a noise, the full army on horses on fucking horses appear right in his face. I guess they can teleport or they have a +100 in stealth. Probably they had a good roll on the dice, I don't know. Then we are told that the woman from the beginning is not only a soldier, but she's the fucking Grand Archon, which in this case is the supreme military leader. It is really a shame that this myth was lost, because that would have been nice to know. This lady told Heron, which is the protagonist, that they are fucking demons. Demons. Like, are you serious? Like, they were not enough mythological creatures from actual Greek mythology that you could have choose. You had to pick demons. Okay, I have a few things to say about this. Demons in Greek mythology are not like demons in Christian culture. They do not have a negative connotation, and they do different stuff according to the source. Some myths says that they were minor deities that bringed good luck or fatality. I guess it depends on their mood. In other myths, they are protectors. And lastly, it is said that they were messengers between humans and gods, and also the guys from your soul when you die. Anyway, the soldiers tell everyone to go home, and people are like super chill from knowing that there are demons in the street. Aaron hears a noise and tan tan tan, it's an old guy with a broken leg. Shockers. Our protagonist picks up this guy who seems like a family friend or a sugar daddy for the mom, I don't know, and his mother tells him to go get some water for the wound. He goes to a nearby fountain which has amphors lying around, as those don't cost money, and he fills them with water. He sees a lady inside the fountain, and when he picks her up, he sees that her insides are out. Not blood on the water though, so I'm still waiting for the series to explain if the demons are vampires or if it's just an error. Well, a demon attacks him and they fight, and we see that he's strong and stuff, and it's obvious that he's going to be like a half-god because this series is called Blood of Zeus, so yeah, anyway. He seems in trouble, but the boss bitch appears out of nothing and he saves his ass. We see her source more clear now, and I realize she has both a Siphos and a Copis. Okay, I mean, you can use a Copis with one hand because it's small and it's its purpose, as you are supposed to hold the horse with the other, but a Siphos, it doesn't seem operative, but okay. I guess this lady is not only a soldier and the Grand Archon, I'm sure she's going to be also have god or something. And one more thing, why her swords are golden as well? They fight between them, they hurt the demon, but he escapes. Don't worry, because there are a few wet footprints on the ground, so she is able to activate her Witcher senses. As a Witcher, she is also able to whistle and invoke roach, and she lives on her. And I know I'm doing the Witcher references, I'm sorry, but when I see someone in Greek armor on a horse, I just think of the word Ella. Sadly, the tracks end, but with no more proof than a man wearing a hood, she finds out that he's a demon. I don't know how, maybe she caught a glimpse of smell, I guess. She was trying nonetheless, and she finds the demon's wound beneath his cloak. Aaron and his mother bandaged the old man's legs with some bandages that might have been lying with the amphoras or something. The soldiers have the demon man all chained up in the middle of the agora, and the people are obviously pretty confused, as they should be. The boss bitch gives a speech about demons and showing themselves, blah blah blah. She presses in his chest a red-horned iron stick, and the demon comes out. They have the most cliché conversation you can imagine about, "Oh, you're so evil." "Haha, yes I am, and you will become like me or you will die." You know, the usual. And then she decapitates him, which is a nice ending. Of the scene, not of the episode. The episode continues. We see the other demon in the distance, you know, the one from the beginning, watching this scene, and then he leaves. We see the police from the distance, and it's a cute small little thing, and it seems pretty fine. It has an agora, an acropolis, a defensive wall, crops, but not houses outside the walls near the crops. What? Seriously, they have literally the only house there. No, let's just leave it there, no. Well, they start a fire, and Aaron is like, what the fuck, why are they demons? And the old guy's like, okay, let me explain, super simple reason. There was a time at the beginning Okay, no, I can't do the voice, I'm sorry. The old guy says that there was a time at the beginning where the Titans fought with the gods and the gods won, but the blood from the last Titan touched the sea and it created the giants to kill the gods. Okay, old dude, chill. No, not at all. There are two versions of the Titanomachy, which is the war between gods and giants. I will talk about them briefly, but in the future I will give more context. The first version is that the battle happened after the Troy War, and Heracles participated in it, and that means that it's not at the origin of the world at all. The second one is that Hea created the giants as vengeance, because the gods imprisoned the Titans in the Tartarus. I guess this series resembles more the second version, but with things wrong. It is true that some giants were born of Titan blood, Urano to be more concrete, but these giants were not created with the purpose of killing gods, as gods didn't exist yet. If you want more info about this, I'll link in the description my video about the creation of the world. The old guy also says that gods are light warriors and Titans are a family of darkness. First, what the fuck, old man? Do you know Greek mythology at all? Some Titans fought for the gods in the Titanomachy, and gods are as cruel as the Titans. I mean, Zeus literally extinguished almost all human race. So yeah, shut up. The beauty of Greek mythology is that every god or Titan is capable or good and evil as anyone is. And a tiny detail that made me realize a spoiler, they give Zeus big blue eyes and Aaron has the same ones and his mother has brown eyes, so that made me, connect dots. It has nothing to do with the fact that this series is called Blood of Zeus. No, I'm like super smart. Okay, the gods and the Titans fight, and there are some nice action scenes, but we are told that they are very much. So Zeus goes and talks to two giants. We are not told who they are, but as you can clearly see, these are a Cyclops and an Hecatoncheires. Where are the two other Hecatoncheires and all of the other Cyclops? I don't know. As I told you in my Titanomachy video, these giants fought with the gods from the beginning to the end of the war and against the Titans. And the Cyclops were the ones that created some of the weapons that they are using, but okay, who cares? They fight together and they win. Zeus sends Hermes to recollect the souls of the giants or something like that, and they put them in a box that suspiciously resembles the Pandora box. Poseidon creates a giant wave and the giant bodies are swallowed by the ocean. They put the box in Hephaestus' forge and we are told that he created Talus, who is a giant bronze warrior, to protect this box. No, there are a few versions of why Talus was created, but the most popular one is that he was created to protect Europe, which is one of Zeus' lovers, from anyone who wanted to kidnap her, which means that he was created so Europe couldn't escape Zeus, because that god is the worst. Aaron asks very nicely that what the fuck has anything of this have to do with demons, and the old dude says that after this, centuries passed and one of the giant corpses reached the shore. I don't know why Poseidon didn't realize this, but anyway, some dude finds it and the evil starts getting to him on, the usual anime stuff. And he touches it and apparently, quote unquote, touching a giant is feeling the abyss. Which reminds me of a far better anime I could be watching, so thank you. More people join this dude and now they are evil because they don't praise the gods. Okay, you narcissistic pricks. They start eating the giants raw. At least they could have roasted, but I guess they're into carpaccio. And they become demons because of this. This scene left me with a few questions. Why did they eat it? Magical evil influence? And are there any fish that did the same and now they are demon fish? Oh, I really hope this is one of the later plot twists. Aaron asks why did the gods permit this, and the old dudes give a half-ass answer of adversity makes you strong, humans would be too fragile if the gods protected them. Okay, then don't go asking for sacrifices if you're not going to do your work. The old dude gives them a rabbit that I don't know where was it because not in his belt and Greek clothes don't have pockets. Anyway, he immediately sends the women to the kitchen and she's like, ooh, what a shitty sugar daddy. It is daytime now and we are back in the agora with the corpse of the demon. They burn it and it creates a super diva looking purple fire. Love it. I don't understand why they waited to burn the body of a creature that might as well regenerate for all we know, but nice color though. The boss bitch comes next to Aaron and tells him that he fights good and they found a map that could lead them to more demons and that he should join them. She finally tells her name, which is Alexia. She says that they have to protect the police and Aaron is like, look, that's nice and all, but these people hate me and my mother, so fuck them. Alexia starts giving her now usual cliché rants about balance and destiny. Aaron goes to his house and he starts packing and telling his mother that they have to go, and his mother is like, no, we can't, we will die. She tells him that he's not a bastard and she's going to tell him his father's name, but some guys from the police interrupts them to do some good old-fashioned slut-shaming, yay! They want to poke her with a red-hot iron too because they think she's a demon, because since she came there has been a giant cloud in the sky covering the police. I don't get how they are able to have crops then, but okay. Aaron threats them and they fight. Obviously Aaron gets his butt kicked, not without giving a good fight, and Alexia watches from the distance like she's a JoJo character. By the way, this image is from Yellow, so this is basically, so go check them out because they are really cool. To stop all this mess, Aaron's mother takes the iron and she presses against her arm so they see she's not a demon. They release Aaron and he goes help her mother. Alexia enters in the scene and does absolutely nothing, but not randomly. What a cunt. She goes and the old dude comes again. He and Aaron watch the army in the distance and Aaron says that he should have gone with them. The old guy tells him that he will not be in that police forever, that war is coming and he has to prepare himself, and that he has to climb a random mountain and find a weird rose at the top of it and dig beneath it to find adamantium to build a sword. He goes for it in the middle of a storm and the old dudes watch him from the distance. Suddenly, a shadow appears behind him. The old man is like, Ares, what the fuck are you doing here? And we find out that the old dude is Zeus, woo! Ares tells him that he's not supposed to intervene and Zeus says that he can't fight for them and he didn't do that. I hope they expand on the rules of gods later because I'm more lost than I was watching preventing fights. Ares says that he's going to tell the other ones and Zeus forbids him. Ares is confused as why is Zeus helping this random dude, and it's super obvious again that Zeus is his father. End of the episode. And that's it for today. I had a lot of fun reviewing this, not as much watching it. Tell me in the comments if you like it, if you want me to continue, if it's too long, or whatever you want. Have a nice Iron Age. Bye!